This is Music City Driver. I was coming at you again with another video today because I ran into something last week that I wanted to explain. I just uploaded another introduction video. I wasn't satisfied with the first one, so I kind of did a redo of that one. It should be posted below as well. It should be posted before this one is posted. So anyway, I wanted to mention something about driving at the airport or picking up passengers from the airport for Uber. Uber and Lyft both, you're able to use both services to get riders from the airport, but Uber specifically has been having some issues lately. So if you're not familiar with the airport area, it is east of Nashville off of I-40 East. And at the airport, there is a rideshare parking lot. That parking lot is geo-fenced off by Uber, which basically means that if you are not in this area, you should not be receiving any ride requests from the airport. You have to be in this geo-fenced area to be put into a queue, which is a first come, first served kind of queue. So the first driver in is the first driver to get a passenger, etc. So I'm out at Opry Mills, which is about northeast of the airport, actually almost directly north of the airport. Actually, it's northeast of Nashville, but it's about 7 or 8 miles away from the airport. So I was dropping somebody off at the Grand Ole Opry, and I get a request from the airport, which should not be possible. So, and I think I know what's causing this, and I'm going to go to the Green Light Hub with the next couple of days to try to figure this out, because it's very inconvenient. Because at that time of day, this was during rush hour, so 7 or 8 miles, the ETA on Waze from where I was showed to be 30 minutes. So someone requested an Uber from the airport, and it was going to take me 30 minutes to get there. So I called the passenger, explained the situation, that I was not at the airport when I got the request, and she requested an Uber XL, by the way, which I do. So first of all, I asked, if she had 6 passengers, if she had 4 passengers or whatever, just so I could make room for her to put her luggage in. But second, I wanted to know if it was okay to wait 30 minutes or if she needed to cancel and get somebody closer. So she decided to just go ahead and let me come on out there, which I did. I fought through the traffic. It took me a while to get there. It may have taken me even longer than 30 minutes to get there. I'm not sure, because it was pretty bad traffic. So I get there, everything went fine. I took her to her Airbnb and all that. Everything was fine. But the point of this is that should never happen. You should never get a ping from the airport when you are 7, 8 miles away from the airport, and you're much less not even in the queue. So you're not even in the rideshare lot. So how in the world did I get a ping from there? And like I said, I think I have an idea. I'm going to confirm this at the Green Light Hub, but this is my theory. Just about every time I drive by the airport, and there may be some people that get mad about this, but I really don't care. There are some drivers that camp out at the airport for whatever, and I think it's to create surges. That's what everybody else on some of the Facebook pages I'm on thinks is occurring, is these drivers will sit there with their app off, waiting for it to surge before they turn their app on. Once it surges, they turn the app on immediately so that they get a surged ride, which is very unethical in my opinion, and it's basically ripping people off. I mean, people that are sitting in the rideshare parking lot at the airport should be online, ready to receive a request at any time. If you are not, go home, go to a restaurant, go somewhere, go to a parking lot somewhere, rest, or do whatever you need to do. But if you're in the parking lot, by God, just turn your app on. It's ridiculous. Because there are times when I have gone to the airport with the express purpose of, because it showed only like 0 cars, 1 car, 3 cars, something like that in the queue, which means, hey, there's probably nobody there to have a good chance of getting a ride, but no. So what happens is you see 1 to 2 cars in the queue. You go to the queue, and there's like 30 cars. There's hardly any parking spaces left. And then as soon as there's a surge, suddenly there's 32, sometimes I've seen 60 or 70 cars in this queue, just suddenly out of the blue. So there's no way 60, 70 cars can appear out of thin air unless they're just sitting there with their apps off. Anyway, the point of my entire kind of rant here is that if you were an Uber driver and you go and sit at the parking lot, at the rideshare parking lot, you are causing riders and other drivers a lot of grief and frustration. I never would have had to drive 30 miles for a 22, granted it was about $22 fare, but I never would have had to do that if you had just been doing your job and being online when you're supposed to be online in the rideshare parking lot. So, like I said, I don't know if Uber can do something to enforce this better or something, but it's becoming frustrating, and I'm sure it's frustrating to the passengers too, because they log on and they're like, oh, there's nobody there, it's going to be 20 minutes. In fact, there was a situation last week, and this didn't happen while I was outside the airport. It actually happened while I was at the airport, so I wasn't quite as mad about it, but it was still quite annoying. I dropped off someone at the airport, so I thought, hey, I'll swing by the rideshare parking lot. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of people there. I'll swing by there just see if I can get a ride. So I dropped them off, come back the correct way, not making an illegal turn, but going back out of the airport onto Donaldson, turning back into the rideshare parking lot again. Like I said, I may do a video on this. As soon as I pull in the parking lot, like I said, there's about 10 or 15 cars there. It didn't show to have that many on there. Anyway, as soon as I pulled in, was backing into my parking space. I like to back into the parking space. That way I can just drive forward out. Don't have to worry about backing up, because people drive like maniacs through the parking lot too. As soon as I started to park, I got a ping. So I was there less than 30 seconds before I got a ping. So a bonus part for me was I happened to be right there when somebody needed somebody. But here's the part that kind of inconvenienced me, was that the lady who requested the Uber, actually, she requested it because it said it was going to be a 20-minute wait because it didn't show any cars there. So she requested it, showed 20 minutes, and then it came up and said, congratulations, we found you a new rider. It does that every once in a while when there's somebody just a little closer than you that meets the criteria. So it shifted to me, and I arrived there early, and the problem with that was, but I ended up in the rideshare area, the rideshare pickup area, and I had to sit there for like 10 minutes waiting for her because she had not yet even left the plane, or was just leaving the plane, was getting her luggage or whatever. So that caused an inconvenience too. So if you are one of the drivers that sits in the parking lot of the rideshare parking lot at the airport and sits there forever, I'm talking to you. You need to log onto your app, do your job. If you don't want to drive, don't. Nobody's forcing you to drive for Uber. Nobody's forcing you to drive for Lyft. Anyway, like I said, I'll probably get some grief for this video, but I really don't care because it's really annoying, and it's ripping people off. It's giving Uber a bad name, and it's ripping other drivers off because they're having to drive a long way from where they are to come pick up because you are too lazy to turn on your apps, or they're forcing you to sit there and wait for somebody because they request an Uber because you're not available. So anyway, rant ended. I just had to get that out because I'm not the only one who's been inconvenienced by these things, and there are a lot of people on the Facebook pages that are irritated about it. I have told Uber Greenlight before. I had a forum with them and some other drivers about issues in the Nashville area, so they are aware of it. How aware they are of it and what the solution is, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for listening to me rant. Thank you for watching this video. If you are, would you please, if you enjoyed the video, would you please like, rate, or like, comment, and share, I guess. And if you have any questions, any comments, any solutions to this problem, please post them below. In the description, you will find my referral code for Uber and Lyft, and also links for free rides for both Uber and Lyft if you've never used either one of the services before. If you become a driver right now, I'm pretty sure Uber has a deal going on where it's $250 to myself and to the other driver as soon as you meet your conditions, which usually is like the first 50 rides you have to take, and you earn that bonus. Please hit my link up down there. I'm trying to do this to help other drivers out as well as myself. I'm not going to lie about that. I do get referral codes. I haven't gotten any yet, but you could be the first. So anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for listening to my rant, and drive safe out there.